still being held in my arms because he's like, why are you standing in the corner talking to a camera? Yeah, he just doesn't understand. He's barking at me. But anyways, I digress. First, let's congratulate someone who is doing the work. I want to congratulate Nick. Nick, over the last 6 months or so, has gotten 2 deals done. Let me know about them. So Nick, your cards are going out in the mail today. Congratulations, folks. If you want your cards, all you have to do is close your first or next real estate investment property. Let me know about it. Easiest way to do that is to DM me on Instagram. I will, of course, need your address in order to mail you these cards. In addition to that, I want you to know that I am an easy grader, so I don't need to verify any purchases or anything. I trust you. We're going to send these out. So we are on the way to 500, which is amazing. This is just the beginning to you and I helping 1 million people. So let me put these down and grab my notes. And yes, folks, I know I need to get rid of these Apple headphones. I've got some mics on order. Now that the office is not being painted and remodeled, I can start to get a little better every day. So look forward to that. And I'll just keep trying to be a little bit better every day. You keep letting me know what you want to hear and talk about, and that would be cool. So where do we want to start? I think we got to start with the private payrolls number. ADP has put out a report this morning that should give you pause. It should certainly validate what I brought to you on Monday. On Monday, remember I told you that the powers in Washington, D.C. were starting to talk about the Friday jobs report being negative. They were blaming how the data is collected. They were blaming a lot of people out sick. And they're like, hey, we know we are expecting 149,000, which would be lower than last month at 199. But don't worry, everything will be okay. But it could be negative. Well, ADP is a private payroll generator or statistic or number or metric, whatever you want to call it. It has always come out before the jobs number, which comes out on Fridays. As we've talked about the last year to 18 months, the ADP report is very rarely in line. It is usually directionally correct. For example, last month, if memory serves, ADP said 801,000 private payroll jobs were created, where the farms payroll came in at 199. I don't know. Private payrolls fell 301,000. That's a negative number. Expectations were 200,000 gain. So that is a miss of 500,000 jobs. A couple things about this number. First, as always, it is one metric. It is not going to skew my opinion just yet on 0.5 point rate cut, but it certainly gave me pause. We need more statistics to say, you know what, maybe 0.5 point is too much. Don't know, but this is going to be interesting. Again, the Friday expectation is 154,000. I want to know, is anybody taking the over? Anybody going to be brave enough just to say, hey, I'll take the over? I am certainly not. After this number, I am really nervous for what the jobs number is going to be on Friday, but it will be something we talk about. A couple of things that I think are coming true that I've been talking about for 6 months. First, you've heard me talk about come probably September of last year that I expected Q4 to be a barn burner, and it was 6.9% GDP growth, but I was very hesitant about 2022. I was calling a recession by middle of the year. I think Q1, the quarter we are in right now, could be a negative GDP print. Yes, it doesn't feel good to say, but I think it is possible. Again, as I've said for about 4 months now, stagflation might be the best case scenario for 2022. Again, I'm not trying to be negative at all. I believe a lot of money is made in recessions, but wow. I do not think the economy is strong. So we will see in very short order. So again, I expect the yield curve to flatten, if not invert. It is going to be very interesting to watch this week and next week. I think next week we get CPI. And if we have negative jobs created Friday, like 2 days from now, and inflation still accelerating, welcome to stagflation. A couple of things. We had lots of notes today. Today was a wild day. PayPal, again, kind of met Q4 expectations. But as I've told you for many months now, it is about the future guidance. And let's just say PayPal's forward guidance was horrible. In fact, PayPal is blaming inflation for their poor performance. Interesting. So again, PayPal, I think, is down 20% when I checked this morning. I read an article from a Harvard-trained economist, which I think means they graduated from Harvard. I'm not sure how you're a Harvard-trained economist, but I guess you got a degree from Harvard, probably. Talks about early retirement being a terrible idea for most people. Terrible idea for most people. Because we are horrible savers. Folks, I have that Get Your Money Right course. It is paramount that you understand your money. It is not what you make, but what is left over. Discretionary income, freedom number, all the stuff we talk about in there. It's frankly not appreciated for the value that is there for 99 bucks. Yeah, Get Your Money Right. Whoa, crazy. Yesterday, I had an announcement that I'd love to hear about your January wins. I still want to hear about it. I got 2 amazing wins yesterday. I want to collect 10, at least 10 wins. I want to do a special video with your wins. Just real quick, the first 2 that come in. One was from a real estate investor who had found a deal that they were looking to potentially quickly wholesale, but he was getting very low offers. He would have made about 5, maybe 10,000 bucks. He did the work. He knew his market. He decided to keep it. All he did was clean it out, think trash out, relist it on the MLS, and he made $103,000. I keep telling you, do the work, daily discipline. It's rule number 1 and rule number 2 of the ORAT rules. So, and number 2 is from a Canadian. Actually, I don't know technically if he's Canadian. I think he is. It's the Canada real estate market. He was able to buy the house, the single-family home that his grandparents and his father had lived in as he was growing up. He now owns it as a rental. Talk about coming full circle. That is amazing. So again, his grandparents were renters forever. His parents only ever owned one home. He has now gone back and bought the house that his grandparents lived or rented in. Pretty amazing. Single-family housing starts, we're setting a record at 1.123. Just love how symmetrical these numbers are. For 2021, there are people talking about this being a bubble, Ivy Zelman being most importantly. I think looking at a number like that at its totality is a mistake. We have seen great movement in the last 2 years. We have seen some cities like LA, San Francisco, New York lose population. Frankly, California lost so many folks that they lost a seat in the House of Representatives. They are going elsewhere. And these other cities, as I've talked about, weren't ready. People can move a lot faster than you can build. So I am not here to think that that is a building problem. Also, let's not forget that a portion of those 1.1 million homes are straight up build for rent. This stuff is coming, build for rent. Mortgage refis jumped last week. People getting on board, trying to get that last little low rates. Week to week, it jumped 18%. Year on year, down 50. Purchases were up 4%, but down 7%. All right, now you want down? Okay, there you go. Purchases were down 7%. Not sure if you saw this, but the national debt for the first time ever is now, drum roll please, $30 trillion. Yes, folks, $30 trillion. Up $7 trillion since 2019. National debt, just for the record, December of 2007 was $9.2 trillion. So not only are we consumers addicted to debt, but damn, the government is addicted to debt. One thing to note as we talk about payments, actually with all of this national debt, payments as of right now are lower than 2009 and 2010. So while $30 trillion is horrible, the payments are actually lower because roughly speaking, we're paying 1% on debt today where we were paying 3 and 3.5% before. So the payment is lower, but we have a rising rate environment and it won't be that way long term. More and more organizations are lowering GDP forecasts. And again, I've told you I believe it's going to be negative. Goldman Sachs had it at 2%, now 0.5%. Again, this is for Q1, the quarter we are in. Bank of America was a rosy picture at 4%. Now it is 1%. Remember, from memory, 4.9% of Q4's growth was inventory building. That is not repeatable. At least you wouldn't think so, because where are they going to put the inventory? So yeah, Q1 is a little bit nerve-wracking. AMD, again, a lot of earnings kind of sporadic here. AMD raised guidance, unlike PayPal, which lowered guidance. AMD raised guidance. They are expecting $21.5 billion, or an increase of 31% over last year. Shout out to the folks at AMD. Again, the White House once again is preparing for a bad employment report on Friday. I actually read that article before ADP's print this morning. Wow, that is, again, ADP, 301,000 negative. Not many people saw that coming. Fed Patrick Harker from Philadelphia, I believe. Again, a lot of Fed people speaking this week. He is saying that we need more inflation indicators, i.e. next week's CPI, to validate a half-point move. So you can clearly see that the Fed is talking about it. Starbucks. Remember, Starbucks last quarter was important because it was the first. Starbucks was the first indicator of just how bad it is in China. Well, we got it again. First and foremost, Starbucks China sales fell 14%. Now, it could just be the Chinese citizens revolting against Starbucks because they're the big bad American company. Granted, certainly could be, don't know. But I choose to look at it differently. I choose this to be that the Chinese citizens are so scared because, again, the real estate market, the tech sector, all of these markets are crumbling, that they've decided not to spend their $8 on a latte. They are conserving cash, which is going to decimate the economy and crush builders. Cash flow statements are drying up. Debt, they can't pay the debt, they can't pay the employees. I believe the Chinese real estate market, if we got real numbers, will ultimately be worse than our Great Recession. That's not fun to say. So again, Starbucks, they've missed on earnings because of higher costs. They will be raising the price of your lattes or Americanos or whatever your drink of choice is. What else we got? I guess we should talk about Google or Alphabet to close this out. First and foremost, if you are an Alphabet or Google investor, congratulations. You are about to have a lot more shares. You are about to have 20x more shares, assuming you hold till July. I think it's July 15th. They are doing a 20-for-1 stock split. I'm sure it's happened before, but I don't remember a 20-for-1. But again, I don't really track these things. But yeah, 20-for-1 stock split. They made $75 billion last quarter. Amazing. One of the things that I'm thinking about is Google/Alphabet going to make it to the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is made up of 30 stocks. So I looked at that number, looked at who's in the Dow stocks. It looks like IBM. IBM has been selling pieces. So I am curious, does IBM get removed and Alphabet or Google get added? No idea. I'm just looking at the numbers going, that might be interesting. The one wrinkle is I believe IBM is in the tech sector and Google or Alphabet, I think, is in the communications. So it might be weighting, might be off, but yeah. So that's what I got for you today, folks. Again, kind of my takeaways is it's all about earnings. The jobs number on Friday I don't know, has me nervous. It's a negative number. Can you believe that? Oh, it could be bad. It could be bad. So again, are we starting a recession? Am I nervous? What's going on? Higher rates, stagflation. Got to stay tuned. Every day we do this, remember. Also, I want to hear about your wins. I need 8 more wins. I want to do a video celebrating you. And I will, once I get 10, I will do it. These are January wins. This might be something we do every month going forward. So 8 more wins. Tag me on Instagram. Send me a DM. District mess. I was thinking about my sales career. District managers. Where did that come from? Again, send me a DM on Instagram or email if you have it. So 8 more wins. We got 2 amazing stories. I need 8 more. Let's have some fun. Hopefully we talked to Anna Kelly today. We've missed her the last 2 weeks because she's doing big things. So let's see if we talk to Anna here at 8 o'clock. The first interview with Jason Hartman goes live at 9 o'clock. We talked about the Fed. And let's just say he and I disagree. I won't say how. We actually disagree quite a bunch on what's happening. But again, Jason's been doing this a lot longer than me. So when in doubt, I'm going to follow Jason. But yeah, first interview with Jason goes out today at 9 o'clock. I'll probably make the second one go out tomorrow, which is Jason's prediction video, which was pretty fun. So take care, everyone. Have fun. Have an amazing day. Send me your wins. Send me your deals. Let's celebrate. Let's do the work. Let's have some fun. Bye-bye.